Over the last week or so, the mortgage industry has seen more new ideas than I've seen in the last 30 years. You've got Bill Pulte talking about 50-year mortgages. We're now talking loan portability, assumptions, ARMs. We're going to have this conversation with Stephen Dow from Velocity Mortgage. Stephen, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. And yourself?
I'm doing well, man. Before we get into the topic at hand, please do that marketing thing so we don't get in trouble.
Yes, again, although I've worked very happily for Velocity Mortgage Capital, all the ideas and topics discussed on this channel are that own. So let's get it going.
Yeah, I guess the first thing to kind of talk about is even before Bill Pulte talked about the 50-year mortgage, loan portability assumptions, all of that, the mortgage industry is coming out of a depression, right? We've got weekly updates on mortgage purchase applications up 6% week on week, 30% year on year. Refis are up 140% year on year. Just some wild numbers. I'm curious what you're seeing just overall in the mortgage industry before these new ideas come. What's going on?
Well, I think sometimes the numbers aren't always exactly because I think, I don't know about skewed, but it's perspective, right? Like, where's your starting point when you're measuring to compare with, like, if you had 0 and you had,
2.
5 more, right? Now it's like, oh my God, it's up 50%. You know what I mean? So it just kind of depends. I mean, as a company and me personally, it is up, 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 up. I mean,
Yeah.
I've already surpassed what I did all of last year.
See, that I'm seeing that with more and more of my, because I obviously have relationships with several, lenders and
Right,
even more friends of mine are in the business.
right,
And I told you guys this were coming,
right,
right? I told you explicitly that the
right.
mortgage industry was going to come out of this. And again, on the numbers basis, it wouldn't be anything to write home about, but you forgot that the base, right? The denominator is a lot less, right? You lost 60% of other originators.
Right.
And even though you're the best of the best, and you would definitely get your lion's share, when you lose 60%, you're going to get even more.
More. Well, again, that goes the same for lenders as well. There was a lot
Yeah.
of lenders that kind of had to close up shop during kind of like the shake,
Yeah.
wouldn't call it shakedown, but you get it.
Yeah. The washout. Yeah. They
Yeah,
got washed out.
yep. And so the power players that were still left over, I think, became stronger and then became more of like, I wouldn't say the go-to, but now we're known to, have a
Yeah.
product that works and we're still around and we're still lending. So, yeah, as a company, I couldn't be more happy. Again, I just came back from President's Club last weekend. So, yeah, we talked about that as far as the growth and the direction of the company. And they're, investing even more,
Yeah.
after talking with the management and whatnot into the company. So super excited looking forward. But as far as industry wide, I see a lot of promise. Again, I know we talk about it a lot, and I always keep saying this. I think it's going to come down to just employment because rates are going to be where they're at. There might be some certain, driving factors. Some of these plans with what Trump wanted to kind of pass out, with the 50-year mortgage and some of that
Yeah.
stuff. So we'll see.
Yeah. Even before all this comes, the mortgage industry is got a heartbeat.
Mhm.
Now, again, it has a heartbeat. It's a very low heartbeat, but again, there's such less competition. The people that are there are eating good, right? I always called it the Vegas buffet, and that's just where you are. You're in the Vegas buffet, so go nuts.
Well, if you've, if you established somewhat of a network prior
Yep.
to kind of the washout, you are now eating very well because again,
Yeah, of course.
those networks are now, ramping back up. I've got
Yep.
friends as well, like, oh, I'm getting a lot of like sales as well. I'm doing pretty good, so it's not as much as just a few here and there. It's more like, okay, the bigger players
Yeah.
that were in the game a long time, they're really doing well.
Yeah, and again, the reason I love to have Velocity on the show and specifically you is you're that makes sense lender, right? Velocity does, in my opinion, doesn't drift with the wind, right? You know
Mm-hmm.
what you know, you do what you do, and you do it really
Mm-hmm.
well. And we've seen just in my school community, you've come through for a couple of borrowers when other lenders tapped out, right? We
Yeah.
had a 7-unit or a 6-unit building that somebody was trying to get via a credit union. The credit union said all the right things and then didn't do it. You guys came through and saved the day.
Yep.
And you're just that just in case lender. I think that's always there. The make sense lender, the originator of the 50-40-10, the 90%
Plan B is what I
CLTV.
say. So yeah,
Yeah, there's just
it,
so much there.
it's always good to have at
Yeah,
least an additional resource as far as for
yeah,
financing because you just never know things kind of fall out. not to anybody's,
No,
intentions,
nobody's
but yeah,
malicious, but it does
correct,
happen. Yeah.
correct. So things just happen, and so in many cases, what do you do at that point? If you still have to kind of get the financing to make it to the finish line, and the numbers still make sense, we typically have options that would be able to again
Yeah.
suffice in many areas where other lenders can't. So yeah, makes sense is what we're good at.
Yeah. Again, so let's talk about the 50-year mortgage again. I think everybody has different opinions. I think
Right.
one thing is certain: if this is a big if the 50 mortgage doesn't come around, it will ignite buying activity. It might even ignite refi activity, right? Think that's actually an interesting point. I actually have a wonder. Let's just say the 50-year mortgage came out for purchase and refis.
Right.
What would explode first? Would people come in and go, "Hey, give me a refi"? Because again, think about it, right?
I
Well,
guess
I
the
just,
guidelines would be slightly different, right? I mean, the
of
rates would be
course,
higher on a refi, of
well,
course,
that's
and so
that's standard. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it would
standard.
have to kind of make sense, for most people, but it would help on both fronts, I think. And again, for underwriting, obviously, if you're, gainfully employed, because again, remember I told you going back to employment, if you
Yeah, yeah.
are with that 50-year mortgage, the amortization is longer, so then payments are lower. Technically, you should be able to qualify.
I
Don't know what
never
the
even,
metric they will use though to
yeah,
qualify
dude, I
them,
never
but
even thought about this.
yeah.
I imagine
Mm-hmm. People
millions,
repositioning all their debt,
million. Think about it.
50
Millions of
years.
people have 30-year debt,
I mean,
and
it's
what they could
ridiculous.
come to a guy like you is say, "Hey, my mortgage payment is X.
Right,
I want to go take out the maximum amount of cash, but
right,
my payment can't go up over X."
right. No
And if
problem.
you
Sign
simply go
here.
from 30 to 50
Uh-huh.
years, you're going to get some money.
Right. And now you and then your next generation, I think, will be locked in for indentured servants, and then maybe the following generation for the 50 years, just in
Maybe.
case, depending upon when we fund within those 50 years. But yeah. So,
No, but think about cash out refis. Think about all the cash out refis that could happen where the payment stays the same.
oh no, no, it's possible. It's getting now kind of, some bean counter in a room with no windows is like, blah, 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 blah. How's
Yeah.
that all going to work out? Because again, yeah, the asset now, I don't know, with a 50-year, I mean, investment, that's a long time.
Yeah.
Um,
That rate's got to be different. You got to have a higher rate for 50 versus 30, right? You just
yeah,
have to.
it's gotta, it's gotta.
Yeah.
So, but again, if spread out over 50 years, the payment might not even change, even though the interest, right?
Yeah.
But again, it's like people who aren't fiscally sophisticated.
Yeah. I have this saying that the average consumer is stupid. And when you bring out products like this, they're going to jump on it because they don't
Well,
understand.
they don't know, and if nobody's taught them, instead of like, I don't know, whatever they're learning in high school, maybe they could start teaching people how to,
Yeah.
do their checkbooks. I mean, I remember we used to have home ec. Remember home ec?
Yeah. Remember? Yeah. Home
Yeah,
economics. Yeah. 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 Yeah.
yeah. So, and they would teach you how to make stuff and cook even, but now, I mean, I don't know if AI is going to be able to handle all that for you, maybe with an app. I don't know, but
Yeah.
just common
Yeah.
sense stuff. People aren't, man, just,
Pretty
and
crazy.
oh, it's scary, huh, Mike? Oh, we can go
Yeah.
off on a
It's pretty.
crazy tangent, but man, I
Yeah.
was just thinking about that.
It's just the amount of debt. And then you throw on top of that 15-year car loans. And I'm like, I'm out.
Oh.
Just stop. Just stop.
Everybody's walking around just an indentured servant for just the stuff that doesn't matter, and you don't really
Yeah.
realize until it's too late, and you're already
Yeah.
like knee deep in all that debt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In your 30s, because all the
Scary.
market been trying to get you to buy, 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 but then yeah,
Yeah. Pretty.
you get your teeth kicked in a couple times. Hopefully earlier than later, so you kind of recover from it,
Yeah.
and then hopefully you make better moves the second time around. Which, and if you do, it
Life's
makes such
good,
a
right?
huge difference. Yeah. If you can start young and make the right moves when you're young, exponentially it affects your life, in ripples through your life in a
Yeah.
positive way. But if you make the wrong decision, same thing, rippled negatively. So it's just like so important to make the right choices, you know what I mean? Make good decisions and just be disciplined a little bit. It goes such a long way. But
Yeah.
anyway, I digress, man.
Couldn't agree more.
Yes,
But
sir.
again, I'm just curious. I know you just went to President's Day Club again. Congrats on your achievement, doing more this year than last year already, which is quite the saying. Any talk of new products or whatnot coming out of Velocity, or are we just focused on doing what you do and being the best at it? Oh, we just lost your sound. Your microphone went out.
Sorry, microphone. I keep forgetting because sometimes I have that down. No, I was gonna say not any new talks about any new products. It was just more of, keep doing what we're doing and just doing it
Yeah,
better,
of
more
course.
efficiently, faster. Um, and I think just reinvesting into the company to make the overall, borrower and loan officer experience better. I think just with efficiency, like right now, our system, you kind of have to do some certain manual things. I think with AI, we're going to be able to just have them
Mm.
upload, a loan app, and it'll just
Boom.
auto-populate a bunch of just fields. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah,
a,
yeah.
a better experience overall.
Nice.
Again, it's in the name velocity. We're trying to build it with speed, efficiency, streamlining things. So I think we're just going to get
Yeah.
that to be better.
Nice.
Maybe expand on certain products. I just don't know yet. I know they're trying to do like hybrid a fix and flip that'll roll into a long-term 30-year fix,
Flip
so
to
you don't have
perm.
to
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
so you don't have to refinance again. So there's
Yeah.
been talks about that. So we'll see. I think just yeah, the company's doing so well. I mean,
Yeah. At the end of the day, velocity does what it does it well. It's sometimes it's better not to get distracted, right, by new things. So
you
makes
don't want to be a
sense.
jack of all trades and a master of none. So we've been a
Yeah.
master at that one and been in a lane
Yeah.
for a long, long, long time. So it's just hard to kind of break away from something that we've been doing so successfully. That's why,
I love
like,
it.
we could lend on the, other property types. We could do, hospitality. We could do, but it's like, why?
Yeah.
What we've
Yeah.
been doing is like, we do it very well. The market
Cranking.
loves it. We know that market. So it's like, let's just stick
There you
with what
go.
we knew very, very well. So anyway, man, always good talking to you, Mike. Have a great week.
Yep. How did people get a hold of you?
Oh, email. So sorry. So sorry. See, I get so caught up. sdow@velocitymortgage.com. In the body of the email, brief description, what you're looking for. Property address would be great. Mid FICO score, best phone number to reach you at. And then in the subject line, please put the acronym ORAAT to make it past the firewall, or at least easier to find you. In a sometimes 30 to 45-minute window, I might get an avalanche, or I should say tsunami of 400, 500 emails. So it's a lot easier to just type or right at the top, and then everything just pops up. So
There you
other
go.
than that, y'all have a great weekend.
Take care. Later.